Hey spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Starship Theory Episode 3. Now, we have just managed to build a navigation console, which means we can set course to an asteroid field or a ship signature pretty much whenever we want. There are some limitations, basically, depending on when the last time you reached one was, but, you know, that's not a big deal. I'm going to turn off the navigation console, I'm going to turn on my small engine, and I'm going to turn on my mining laser. Oh, I do not have enough power. What could I do? Mining laser. I think I will turn off then. I will turn off the... Darlene, you have plenty of food, so I will flick off the food dispenser and then flick on the mining laser. Darlene is very, very low on health, but I'm hoping... Or Judy, sorry. Judy is very, very low on health, but I'm hoping that she recovers. Oh, her hunger is actually pretty high, so I'm going to flip those. So I'm hoping that she will get... be nursed back to health with the food and stuff like that I've provided for her. Now she's a little bit low morale as well because she's been hurt pretty badly. It looks like there is a large, and this is one of those blue suns that I was talking about where things overheat a lot. So I'm going to turn off the mining laser, and you know, a lot of heat being pumped into our ship right now. So there's going to be some firefighting happening. Now we do have two fully functioning heat exchanger thingers, so that'll hopefully mean we don't take too much damage, and we are starting to cool down now, which is good. There are a few fires on my ship and they have put them all out, so we can start mining now. So let me turn on the mining laser. I'm going to flick off the water cooler, flick on the mining laser. There we go. See if I can pop a few rocks. Yes, give me that silicon. Oh my goodness. We've managed to survive, guys. We did it. So the very first thing I'm going to do to build with that silicon is another solar panel, because I need the power. Oh, that was a hard hit, but we did get some metal out of it. Oh, system's overheating a little bit. Let that cool off. I'll start shooting over here. They're not currently hostile. Okay, so they want gold and water. I mean, I could sell them gold. And I will. I'm going to sell them gold because I should be able to pick up a little bit more gold in the meantime. And that'll put me in a position where I have a little bit of money so that the next ship I encounter, I'll be able to trade for maybe something else. Now that we have a navigation console, we can pretty much go to asteroid fields whenever we want. So we should be on good course at this point to start making some real resources. Ooh, a little bit of metal here. Metal is probably my least needed resource right now. Right now what I need is silicon. Absolutely, I need lots of silicon. So we actually have the power now to flick on all of the components on our ship, which is fantastic. We're in a pretty good position. I feel like we've recovered from that fairly disastrous early game. Just by doing a little bit of hot management and flicking out with things like even just building that. I think there was a patch recently actually where they changed. I think you used to have to research to get the small plant bed, but they gave it now you can build it from minute 1, which actually completely changed the early game. Like, I wouldn't have survived this game if it wasn't for that. Almost certainly I wouldn't have survived. So now that we're through the asteroid field, we can actually set this. I'm actually going to change. I'm going to keep Renee as a scientist because she's almost got a scientist level up. But now if we right click on our navigation console, we can say, hey, let's go to another asteroid field. Even though there's still an asteroid field in the field of view, we can start heading our way to an asteroid field, which is great. It really changes the game. It makes, it's like, I think getting your navigation console is like the first big hurdle that your ship is. And then I think the next hurdle is getting your second mining laser. And then the hurdle after that is getting fighting weapons. And then the hurdle after that is getting teched up and getting research going. There's a few things you want to get. And right now, we've got a few big challenges left on the table. At this point, though, I am going to want to start considering extending my ship. I need to get another engine. That's something I definitely need to do. It's sort of on my list of things. I also need to extend the reach of the ship in multiple directions. So I think what I might do is I might start the laser in here. Oh yes, gold. Gold is really good because it's used for high-tech stuff, and we have exactly 10, which means we have enough for our research console. We could go for an early research console. That wouldn't be a bad idea necessarily. And the great thing is that we have 2 heat vents, so we can pretty much use this laser without having to worry too much about heat. It can still overheat, but it's... Ooh, That's really what I want. No, it's going to go out of range. This rock got in my way and prevented me from getting it all. I did get a good little bit of it though, so I'm not too upset about that. Well, I'm a little bit upset about it. I'm going to be honest, because I've been getting pretty screwed on. I've been getting pretty screwed on silicon so far in this series, which is kind of shitty because usually I'm actually doing quite well on silicon. So I don't know, I don't know what I did to anger the RNG gods. Right, so we're going to pop another asteroid over here, and then we're going to pop another one. Oh, nothing in those ones, but I did get a little bit of metal out of that one. Now, I don't think we have... I think you need 2 lasers to pop these guys, or extended range on your lasers. Ooh, got that little chunk of metal. I think maybe I could get rid of one of my cargo holds now. I think that's a possibility, which would give me room to maybe pop down another CPU. We will consider that when the possibility is opened to us. Pop some of these guys. Pop that guy over there. Pop you. All right. I think I'm gonna try and build a elongated ship in this run. I usually try to build these kind of large square ships, but I'm gonna try something a little bit different. Maybe I'll make something long and pointy. Oh, we have detected a ship on the long range scanners. Well, we're gonna get started on creating the extension here. I'm thinking if we remove these, and if we set these to be like... No, not like that. Not like that. What the hell am I doing? The other way. Yeah, like that. And then these ones, and then I'm going to cut out these and then put regular hole there. Ah, they don't have any weapons, so they are just selling metal, and I don't need to buy metal right now. We've detected a star here. I am going to plot a course to another asteroid field as well. So we met up with these guys. I think something you can do is if you blow up the ship, there's a percentage chance that the crew from the ship, if there are any surviving crew, they'll run over and join your ship. So that's something you can do. Looks like a yellow sun, which I think is slightly hotter than a red sun, but not as hot as a blue sun. The blue sun was just overwhelmingly hot, and I like burnt the crap out of my ship. Okay. Ooh, little fire in here, Renee. You deal with that. Popping off a few things here and there. We have plotted the course towards an asteroid field, and we are here. That's really great news. We can start. I think I'll be able to pop this rock, no problem. Boom. Oh. A little bit of metal there. Again, I don't really need metal, but I'll pick it up because you can trade it and it's useful long term as well. Oh, some water. Water is always really good because your crew, not only do they drink water, but you can turn water into food. If we can pop this rock over here. Nothing in that one. Nothing. We'll pop this little guy over here. Now, thankfully I've been pretty lucky because usually by this point in the game, a couple of your components gets destroyed from large asteroid hits. And the fact that that hasn't happened to me yet is pretty remarkable. Ooh, lots of gold. Oh, okay, I got a good bit out of it. To the point where I could consider selling some gold if I encountered another ship. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to force a confrontation with a ship. I'm going to hail a nearby ship and see if they will come say hello, and then I'll be able to trade with them, or indeed just run away from them if they decide combat is the route to go. Ship exited in the warp. They're powering up their weapons. That's kind of bad. I will take some hits as I fly through the asteroid field. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'll jump. Once I'm out of the asteroid field, I'll jump. But I don't want to miss the opportunity to get some metal. And some silicon. Really, wow, really, I have just been like, whatever the random seed for this game is, it just did not have silicon in it for me. Oh, here's a little bit. So yeah, I've just been really, really unfortunate. I don't think I can actually jump, nor can I bribe them. So it's a little bit unfortunate for me. What I could do is, I could set someone to work the navigation console, but I want them to keep their experience. And a single plasma gun, I don't think it's enough to really threaten me. I mean, it'll do some damage and maybe it'll hurt my crew and weaken us and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think it's really going to matter. Ooh, let's get some water here. Okay, our ship is overheating ever so slightly. I'm going to leave things to be healed up a little bit. We have plenty of water to the point where we might consider maybe growing a little bit of food just to get the experience on this science person. I am going to plot a course to an asteroid field. Even though I'm in combat right now, I'm not too worried. They only have a single plasma gun, which, you know, it does damage, but it's not going... I don't think it's going to be able to kill me unless I get overwhelmed by, like, I get hit by asteroids and I hit a sun and it's all getting crazy. It's too bad the mining laser can't be used to do some damage to an enemy ship. I think that would be an interesting mechanic. They do actually have some armor, and they have, it looks like, an oxygen resupplier. A life support, rather, is what they're called. Ah, my guy leveled, or Darlene leveled up. I said my guy. My dude Darlene has leveled up, which is actually really good. Looks like we're taking some hits here and there, but ooh, prioritize that solar panel. Ah, you idiots! Prioritize. That looks like they're trying to aim down my CPU panels or something. I'm not sure. You're taking hits when you shouldn't be. Looks like a blue sun has come through, so hopefully that'll set fire to them, because it doesn't look like they have much heat, and they're firing a weapon. We're taking hits. I don't think this is the time to be asleep. I'm going to code red now, because we are on fire and we are taking hits. That CPU panel needs to be repaired. Are my heat vents on? My heat vents are on. Manual control. You need to do that one. Save the food dispenser. We can lose the water dispenser, but not the food one. Okay, they're leaving. Okay, so we lost just a chunk of metal there from the water cooler being killed, but that's not a huge deal. We managed to get through it though without too much hassle. So yeah, you can see how things can get pretty hectic, and these are only small early game ships. Wait until I start fighting like the super cruisers that have like death shields and hordes of miniguns just spraying my ship down with fire. Okay, so we're gonna start gathering some of this. I think this might be a little bit of a pacifist run so far. I haven't really managed to be able... I just have not had the resources to build weaponry. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because usually you're like I'm just literally not getting silicon right now, and it's really annoying. Like I'm not getting any. I can't believe it. It's crazy. It's absolutely bollocksology. It's bollocksology. That's what it is. That's actually, bollocksology is one of my favorite words. So a lot of people, so the word bollocks basically means like bullshit or lies or you know. That's bollocks, you know. It basically means like you're full of shit. And so bollocksology is like the study of being full of shit. Okay, I'm going to turn off code red here, and then I'm going to stick on the water cooler. So these guys should all pretty much go asleep now. I don't want to manually control now you, Judy. So they should all go asleep and attend to their needs now that code red is over. They should also start doing jobs like the water cooler. So we managed to make it through yet another encounter, just, you know, barely. I'm going to plot a course to an asteroid field if I haven't already done that. Alright, so what can I stick down? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick down a second mining laser. And then another small heat vent to increase the amount of stuff that I'm getting. I'm also going to stick down a... Oh, I'm going to cancel that heat vent actually, and what I'm going to do is... Yeah, no, I'll stick down the heat vent. Let me go ahead and grab the small heat vent, and then I can turn off the navigation console, because we don't need it right now. It doesn't really do anything unless someone's working it. You only want to turn it on really to set course for places. I'm going to turn on the heat vent. Okay, I don't have enough of something. So can I turn off the water cooler? And, well, I'll wait a bit before I turn those off. So these are going to be 4 and 4. 0 turns those off and P turns them on. These are control 1. These are control 3. That turns them on and off. Kind of getting my hotkeys down here. Trying to make things a little bit more efficient. So 1 are my lasers. I want the 2 lasers on. I want the heat vents on. And I want these off. So are we past? Yes. Okay. So then I will turn on all of these guys. So I have 3 heat vents for 2 lasers is a decent number. It won't prevent you from overheating, but it gives you that little bit of extra buffer that makes it a little bit easier to get through an overheating session. You'll overheat, you'll still overheat, but you'll recover from the overheating much quicker than it is with 2. 50% quicker, because you have the yellow sun, so I want to be careful here. I can do a little bit of lasering while the yellow sun is here, but not too much because I don't want to overheat. You can see up here the heat is building up. Can't access the food. We're not going to be allowing you guys to eat until we're finished and through the asteroid field, I'm afraid. Again, I'm just getting metal and gold. Where is the silicon? This is crazy. Again, metal and gold. Is it in the big rocks? Do I need to kill a big rock? See if we can kill a big rock. Go all out, see if we can kill this big rock. Oh, can't access food and your health is really low. Alright, so I will turn off my lasers just for a second while I power on the food. I'll turn one of these on. And we'll just go for easy stuff while we let them eat and stuff. Because I don't want them to lose too much health. That can be scary. We'll get some extra water. Getting lots of water, which is great. Water, it's the lifeblood of a ship. It keeps you alive for a very long amount of time. Okay, I'm going to pop this rock over here. So these are now finished, so I can turn these offline. And I'll turn you back on. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to get these guys building. I need wings for extra components. Oh, you know what? I was going to make this ship long, wasn't I? Why don't you do that and get rid of this guy? We'll put that up to the top of the queue. So can I pop one of these bigger rocks? Now usually the upside of these bigger rocks is they take longer to pop, but when you pop them they do tend to have, if they have resources in them, they tend to have more of them. It's a pretty logical train of thought there. Really I'm not getting any silicon this run. It's actually kind of weird. Usually, I've actually gotten more gold than silicon, which is crazy because usually you're making, a decent amount of silicon. We're just not getting any at all. Okay, we're gonna fill in this piece of hull here. I'm hoping these guys are going to be buying gold, maybe even buying water, gold, and metal, and selling silicon is all, even if they were just selling silicon, I would accept that. But if they're here for blood, I'm afraid I'm going to have to give it to them. I might have to bribe them, or just try to survive through their onslaught. They're not selling anything that I really want. That's unfortunate. They're selling gold, but I don't need gold. And you can see how the ships have steadily gotten bigger. As I get bigger and more, threatening, the ships that I encounter will also get bigger and more threatening. So I'm at a point now where I'm going to stick down a large, a small crate. I'm going to stick down a small crate so that I can reclaim some of my outer hull for, I can reclaim some of my outer hull pieces for engines and stuff like that. So I'm going to be removing maybe 2 of these hatches, probably this one. And this one. And this will mean most of my stuff is being stored in here. Alright. Looking pretty okay. Still, again, we need more silicon, so I'm going to power this. Oh, I need to power that on, so I'll power off my mining lasers, and then I will power you on. And then I'll be able to navigate to an asteroid field, and then I will power you off, and then I will power on my mining lasers. In the meantime, actually, I'm going to power off these guys, and then I'll power on the food and water while we make our way to the asteroid field. And then when we actually reach the asteroid field, I'll flip that again. I really could just use another little bit of silicon just to keep everything powered and running. The way I personally like to play, I like to try and grab a little bit of an excess number of power things and CPU so that I can run pretty much everything on my ship, except for the non-essential stuff. I don't need the navigation console running. I don't need to flick that on and off. But I like to run my ship as if it's under full power always. Okay, so I don't quite have enough for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick off the water cooler. Oh, I will flick off the food dispenser and then flick on the mining laser. Having the water cooler running while we're in a asteroid field seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. Silicon. Oh my god, I just need one more. Maybe, well, I say one more. I need a lot more. Realistically, I need a lot more. But one more will mean I'll be able to get a 4th heat vent. Although I need quite a few more. So Let's see. I'm going to pop some of these asteroids. Oh, a little bit of metal there. Not really what we were looking for. But I won't turn up. I won't turn my nose up at metal. Ooh, this is kind of scary. We might take a big hit from this guy to the point where we might even lose a component. No, but we did take a big hit. I'm going to let things cool down. Looks like we're running into a star here pretty soon. I'm just curious as to what kind it is. Because depending on the kind, if it's just a little red star, we can play a little bit more loose. Ah, it's a blue star. Okay, I'm going to turn off all of my stuff. There's a blue star. You can see it. It's really, really hot. I think the blue star generates 3 heat per certain area of your ship or something along those lines. Like it generates way more heat compared to like a red or even an orange star. So once this stops jumping up, okay, we're past the star now. We can start harvesting minerals again and stuff like that. Did you know that the difference, I think it's the difference between minerals and ore, is that they're the same thing, but the actual distinction is that ore is minerals that can be extracted for a profit. It's really interesting. I didn't know that that was the distinction. I just thought of everything as an ore. Whereas actually, if you're digging stuff out of the ground and you're not making money off it, then it's not ore. It's just you're just digging up minerals for your own benefit. Or at least I think that's what the distinction is. You know, I'm pretty much what's that saying? The fastest way to get the right answer is to say the wrong answer. So I mean, like someone in the comments is going to correct me if I'm full of shit. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the 2 mining lasers, flick on the navigation console, and then head, of course, to another asteroid field, and I'll flick this back off. I'll leave the food dispenser and the water cooler on again. Again, look, we managed to get 2 silicon out of that entire thing. That's really not a lot at all. Like, at all. We're in, I think, I'm hesitant to say we're in bad shape. I think we're actually doing okay. I'm going to stick down another power plant. I think that's a good thing to do. I'll stick down that power plant and see. And then I'll stick down a CPU panel to increase the amount of CPU. And then the next thing I want is another heat vent over here. So I have the stuff I need, right? And I'm hoping now, okay? I'm hoping to trick the game's logic. Like if it says, oh, he needs silicon and he has none, maybe we will be generous and give him some silicon. So I'm going to turn off the food dispenser and the water cooler. And I also need an engine actually. So let me go into engineering. I'll stick down a small engine over here. I need a small engine. Let's see if we can, power on. And then start harvesting. Alrighty. Looking pretty okay. Oh, grab that. Pop some of these rocks. I'm gonna pop some rocks. I got 25 gold in my cargo. I'm not gonna bribe these guys. I can't jump because my ship evasion is less than 1. So I'm just gonna have to accept that these guys are gonna shoot up my ship a little bit. Because I do not want to bribe them. We got some silicon. Alright, we're popping some rocks here while we're being shot at. Now, I mean, they're doing damage to our ship, but we might be able to survive without too much hassle. They did actually pop off some of these construction areas. I will cancel all that building actually while we're in combat. And pretty much all they're doing really is giving experience to my my engineers, who are already pretty damn experienced. Oh, please don't hit my ship. Okay, we managed to barely survive that asteroid. Water. Yeah, but I really love this game. It's a really interesting game. I'm having kind of an unfortunate run right now where I'm not getting silicon, which is really kind of silly. Oh goodness, they actually managed to kill something. I wonder how they managed to do that. So I will remove one of those solar panels. I should have maybe paid more attention to what they were hitting. This needs to be put to the top of the queue. T, go there. Go deal with that. I'm going to manually control Judy for a little bit. Go disassemble that. Go build that. Doing a little bit of manual control to get through this combat. Repair that. Then do this. Oh, don't let them get that solar panel. Okay, I'll let them do their own thing. Alright, Darlene, go repair that. Whoa, what are you doing out here? Relinquish control. Why aren't you repairing that? Okay, I'll relinquish control, let you do your own thing. Ship has taken some damage. I should be able to survive this though. Can't access the food. I will turn on the food. Just so you can get some food. Keep you healthy. Yeah, you can see they're popping off all over my ship. They did manage to take out a solar panel, which is really annoying. Because solar panels cost silicon and we just do not have the silicon. I'm going to manually control you and tell you to repair that. We don't want to make sure they don't get free kills on certain things. Okay, looks like a star is coming up. Oh, you took a hit there. They're shooting away at us. Now, I could bribe them, right? But we can survive this, right? We can survive taking the damage. We can survive. Now, if they had 2 plasma guns, for example, that would be about the point where I'm like, okay, I'm bribing or I'm jumping. So damage assessment, not too bad, all things considered. We took a little bit of damage on our crew. We took a little bit of damage on our ship. But we're mostly intact. In fact, we badly need to make another one of those food things because we're starting to hit a point now where the food requirement is getting a bit high. And plus, this science person has been sitting around pretty much just fighting fires inside. We found another asteroid field, but I'm going to call that an end to this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this series so far. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel. And remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, I want to say I love you all very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.